at these times too. It's never when you don't
That
need
is
it to
so
happen.
true. So true. Okay.
Your mom came up to me and she's like, "And who are you?"
Mm.
And I said, "Well, I'm Eva Purcell, and who
Mhm.
are you?" And she goes, "But where did we get you from?" And I said, "I don't know. I think I got you."
That's cute.
She
Oh
was,
my
and I said, "Well,
gosh.
this is who I am," and I handed her my card, and she's like, "Well, okay."
Here we go. It's so fun to have these opportunities to meet our different businesses and
Yes.
organizations every week. I
Yes.
enjoy this so much.
I was just honored when Marie
Mhm.
kind of said, "Would you be interested?" And I said, "Are you kidding me? That sounds so fun."
exciting. Well, yeah, well, here we are. Great. And welcome back to another WCN Live here in the Wilson County News. My name is Kristen Weaver, Director of Operations, and today my guest is...
Eva Purcell, and I am with Elevate Life Coaching Services.
Wow, so thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
me.
coming down and making time for this. Before we get started, I'd like to thank our sponsor, White Lightning Liquor. And White Lightning Liquor is located at Centerpoint on FM 775. You can check them out for all of your adult beverage wants and needs. And I will tell you, they have a really great selection. They're a great place to visit. And we thank you so much, Jerry, for your sponsorship of WCN Live. Like I said, they're located at Centerpoint on 775. So between Lavernia and Floresville. Pretty good location. And anyway, so
cool.
great for your sponsorship. Before we get our conversation going, if I could have you draw me a winner.
Absolutely, I am
Yeah.
excited. Are we ready?
Yes, so these are from our last conversation.
I'm mixing it up.
Yes, and our
Here we
winner
go.
is going to win a C Street gift shop
All
goodie
right,
bag.
Here you go.
Thank you. Winner is Annalisa Thriver. So congratulations. I'll be reaching out to you on Facebook Messenger to collect your prize from us. But all right, so as a good reminder, as you join us live, we ask that you post a comment. You can say hi, you can give a thumbs up, you can even ask questions of our guest, and we'll do our best to answer those as we go along. So, well then let's get started. Eva, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. And like I said, this is such an amazing pleasure to be here and a blessing, and it's very humbling. So thank you to Wilson County News and all you listeners out there that came and given me the opportunity to speak on behalf of life coaching and also my business, Elevate Life Coaching. And I have a little cheat sheet. So if you catch me
Perfect.
looking down here, it's because I want to make sure I stay on
no
cue here with you.
problem. Yeah.
So my name is Eva
Yeah.
Purcell. I am with Elevate Life Coaching Services. We bought a house here out in Lavernia about 2011.
Okay.
I was born in a place called Shawnee, Oklahoma. And fun fact, Brad Pitt was too.
Okay.
I often get asked, did you know him? Was you your
Ooh.
neighbor? I'm like, no, I think we moved away before we even knew we were born in Shawnee.
Right.
But I am married to a retired CW5 who was in the military. He is native to Akin, Texas. He graduated in 1989 from East Central.
Nice. Okay.
So we've been here a little bit.
Yeah.
I also have a 31-year-old who graduated in Lavernia in 2012. She went on to be in the FBI.
Wow.
I also have a 27-year-old who went through her freshman year in Lavernia, and she went on to join the Air Force and got into physical therapy.
Wow.
I also have a 14-year-old who is going to start her freshman year in Lavernia, and she's
okay.
passionate about the game of volleyball, so we
Yeah.
talk a lot about volleyball at home.
Yeah.
And so through those two older girls, I have two beautiful son-in-laws. One is a Air Force officer, and then I also have another son-in-law who is in missile defense testing.
Wow.
And through those two
Neat.
relationships, I got two cute little grandsons, the cutest little things you could ever want to come
Wow.
across. One is 3 years old, his name is Redmond, and the other one is turning 7 months old, and his name is Parker.
Wow. Well, congrats.
Yeah.
What a beautiful family.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
all
Very
in-
proud of them.
Yeah, so you've been here since 2011.
2011,
Very
in and out
good.
with the
In and out.
military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, when did you first know that you wanted to help others?
I don't
As
know
life
if there was
coach.
like a eureka moment.
Yeah.
I think helping people has just kind of been a part of who I am because of
Yeah.
where we've been in the military. God has just been amazing about putting me in the right places at the right time with the right people. Whether I was working in a different realm, has always kind of been in the service realm, whether it was in volunteering or if I actually went into a field and was working. It's always been in the service capacity. I want to say I think the most impactful moment that I became conscious of loving what I do is when I got into the fitness realm. I became a fitness director and a private trainer. And through that, I met a lot of walks of life and people that were wanting to reach certain goals.
Right.
There was one particular client that I would say I met about 14 years ago. And I've known him ever since. And he was a doctor. His name is Dr. JP, and he was opening a wellness center.
Okay.
And through the course of training Dr. JP, he was always kind of saying, hey, you need to come over and work in my wellness center. Let's do this. And because I was in the military, I didn't really know if I could commit because we were always moving.
Right.
So I would say that within that time frame, I got in touch with Dr. JP. Shout out to Hands of Hope in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I started working in his wellness center virtually. He called me up about 2 years ago and said, hey, we can do this. We can do it virtually.
Yeah.
Come on in and let's see how it works. So Dr. JP about 2 years ago brought me on, and I've been working in his life center, his wellness center ever since, virtually as a life coach there. I got my certification and been with him.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what? If I can do it there, I can do it here.
Right.
So that's kind of how Elevate started.
Yeah.
So that's where we are now.
That is so neat. Yeah, and that makes sense, starting in fitness like that.
Yes,
that you
I think
would,
so. I think that was just the kicker. Was like, you know what? There's a need for this.
Yeah.
So let's see where we can go.
Oh, absolutely. Gosh, well, let's just get right into your advice then.
Okay.
What is your advice to someone who's wondering, is life coach, what they need?
Yes, and that's a great question because a lot of clients that come in, they're not sure the difference between life coaching and therapy.
Okay.
So
Good point.
basically what I would tell the client is their therapy focuses on conditions that work through, they get a mental diagnosis with therapy or work with a deeper psychological issue. Life coaching is different.
Okay.
I do not give mental health conditions. I don't provide a mental health condition. I don't diagnose that or replace a licensed mental therapist. I'm not a health professional in that capacity. My role or my scope is to meet the client where they are presently in their life, where they want to go. We identify goals. We overcome obstacles. The client gains clarity, basically, of what might be going on presently, and we kind of create a practical step or an action plan that will get them to that role.
Okay.
However, if someone is just struggling with depression or chronic anxiety, trauma, or mental health conditions, I absolutely encourage the client to go out and seek a licensed therapist. There's some beautiful services locally in Lavernia and in Floresville that I can make that suggestion to. But if someone's just mainly feeling stuck or facing transitions or wants accountability, for example, military retirement, they are an empty nester.
Right. Transitions in life. Okay.
There's deployments going on. I have a client that was coming out of high school, didn't know for sure if they wanted to go into college, what to if they wanted to, what they wanted to major in. There can be some challenges in a relationship that they're looking for a little bit of clarity on. Just someone simply who might need a touchstone, just to kind of, hey, what do you think about this?
Right.
What do you see? I'm able to kind of, as a bird's view, kind of look with the client, say where we are now, and go, hey, ask that question. One thing I do tell the clients is it's not my job to tell you what to do. It's my job to ask you the right questions or to maybe say, hey, I'm kind of seeing this. What do you think about this? And that's where life coaching can be a benefit.
Okay.
Sometimes therapy and life coaching can work coincidingly together, and that's a wonderful benefit too if that's something the client's looking for. Just to kind of see how the client feels, but if that is something they want to do together, that can work beautifully together as well.
Oh, very interesting. Well, how would one then get started with your services? What's
So,
the best approach?
I think the first thing and the easiest thing is just pick up the phone
Mm-hmm.
and give me a call.
And sometimes the hardest thing.
It is, and I was going to touch on that. It is. I was going to
Probably.
say that.
Mhm.
You're already on this,
Mhm.
see? Within that first,
Yeah.
once you reach out, just pick
Yeah.
up the phone. I can offer a free
busy.
15-minute consultation. They can visit my website.
Mhm.
If they choose to go to the website, there's an intake form there. Just fill that out. Download that, send that
Yeah.
back to me. That kind of gives me an idea where you are or
Mhm.
where the client wants to go, what they're looking for with life coaching services.
Right.
They can also reach me on Facebook. They can
Right.
direct message me there if you have any questions regarding the business or
Mhm.
life coaching. I can also, in that forum, discuss any questions they might have.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I just kind of find out with the client if they feel that life coaching might be a good fit for them.
Okay.
But yeah, those are the
Mhm.
easiest ways to get a hold of me.
Okay. And what is your website?
Oh, I was going to give that
I
to
don't
you,
think I
but the
noted that.
website is, so I don't get this wrong, Eva Life Coach. Okay, that is, make sure I have this right. Don't want to mess this up here. I was going to give this to you right here. They can reach me at evalifecoaching@gmail.com if they want to email me.
Mhm.
Or my website is Elevate Life Coaching.
That's right.
I just kind of went blank on you there.
I'm sorry to put you there.
That's okay. Let's see. Let me make sure I get this right. I did write it down. It's evalifecoaching@gmail.com, and you can go to the website at Eva Life Coaching Services by Eva LLC. Eva Life Coaching Services by Eva. There we go, right there.
And I will tell you, all you WCN readers, you can find her ad in the newspaper also.
Yes.
And it has all of the contact info, so just look in the newspaper for that, and you'll be able to connect with her too. So let's say good morning to some of our watchers. Thank you so much for commenting today, and it's good to hear from all of you. Michael Adkins, John Guerrero, Elise Cyrus, Avi Purcell.
That's Avi.
Avi.
Hi, Avi.
And good morning, Derek, as well. Derek Godlitz, Denise, Jimenez. Good to hear from all of you. And Sharon. And the website again. Yes, Michael's asking. Let's re-clarify that.
It is Elevate Life Coaching Services by Eva.com.
By Eva.com. And then you can be reached on your phone.
Yes.
That
So
phone number?
my phone number is 830-542-1195. And if I don't pick up the phone, please leave a message. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And also, you can reach me again on Facebook, and that on Facebook is Elevate Life Coaching Services as well.
Good, yeah, that was pretty easy to find. And good morning to you, Janet. Thank you for sharing the website, and Annette. Awesome save there. All right. Well, some other things I picked up on as I was like researching about you and getting ready for the show, but and I guess that makes sense too. And thank you, Avi. Yes, she shared the website as well. Appreciate it, guys. Talk about the military discounts and things like that, and that comes from your background.
Yes, military is really close to my heart. Yeah. We've been there. We've seen a few things within the 30 years. I also have children that serve as well. So military goes through a lot of unknown sacrifices. There's a lot behind the scenes that a lot of people don't understand what the military families are enduring. For example, my oldest, she changed school in her senior year, 2 different countries, 3 different times, and that was in her senior year.
Yeah.
So as a parent watching that might not be known by someone who isn't experiencing, a lot of transition. Sometimes a spouse can be deployed and another spouse is left behind.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can move into new cities, we don't know anybody, and so when we moved into Lavernia, Lavernia is a tight-knit community, so it was kind of hard to make that transition and get to know a few.
people.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it's just a way that I can give back to the military and say that we are there for the military members and the retirees as well.
That's great.
It's a 15% off the cost of the session. So it's just an incentive to say,
good.
Please don't hesitate to call. There's no reason not to. And also, hey, by the way, there's a little bit off on the session as well.
Yeah, that's great. And there's so many great veteran groups here and stuff.
Absolutely.
So we've had that conversation several times over, having our veteran service office and everything here. So you should connect to them and let them know that you you
I
doing what
will.
you're doing.
That's
So
a
I'll have
good
to share
idea.
that info
Okay,
when we get off
perfect.
of here. But yeah, great. Thank you guys for your comments on here. Good morning to you, Nicole. And Elena Stuckey also shared your Facebook, and they're all sharing. That's just great, guys.
Wow,
Thank you
thank
so much for
you.
following along and
Thanks,
keeping this
guys.
going. Yeah. Now, I think maybe we already visited this, but it was like, walk us through how life coaching works, what's involved.
Okay,
Did
so
you?
kind of like
We
my first
kind of,
session, yeah.
yeah.
So I think I'll just tell you how what would go through what would like a first session would look like. The sessions are approximately about an hour.
Okay.
And they are conducted virtually right now. As of right now, I'll do either a FaceTime or a Zoom session with the client, and that
Great.
link would be sent to the client. They just simply click on that, and we're off and
Great.
rolling.
And that works like from your desktop or your
Absolutely,
phone.
wherever
It's
the
pretty,
client is. And the
right?
beautiful thing about this is that they don't necessarily need to be in Texas.
Oh,
It
that's
can be
good.
anywhere. But I wanted to also, there's a lot of clients that can't get up and get out of the home that would like this type of service. So this is also very beneficial for those clients as well that
That's true.
would like to reach out and have someone to talk to and just can't get out of the house at that point. There might be something going on where it's kept them at home.
Yeah.
So basically, that within that one session, we established what success might look like for them, depending on what they're going through. It's not one size fits all approach with my clients. Everybody's different.
Sure.
Everybody's going through different current seasons and journeys in their life. So
Makes sense.
again, we kind of discuss what's happening, discuss maybe some manageable steps that or obstacles if they're having the clients having that we can overcome, and what that might look for them, and where their comfort level is as we go forward. Again, my role as a life coach is not to tell the client what to do, but to say, hey, there's a bird's eye view here. I'm kind of
Yeah.
checking that out. I like to look
so
at
cool.
it like I don't know, when you have a diary or if you have a journal.
Yeah.
I'm interactive. I'm an
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
diary
yeah.
or a journal. I want you to tell me everything that you would write down, what your feelings are, what are your struggles, what's there might not even be a struggle. You just might want to talk about something. So basically, we kind of discover that in that first session. I kind of get to know the client, and then we kind of come up with what some steps might be that they want to take to come across some objective, what that objective might look like for them. And then after that, if they decide this is where they want to go, we go forward.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting, and I can see, and you're getting some great feedback from Elise. Says 10 out of 10 recommends Eva. Some really good feedback on here for people that
Thank
work
you.
with you, and appreciate that. And I'm sure this may come across to somebody who's watching and go, "Gosh, I could think of this, for someone that they know, even a child." And
Absolutely.
oh yeah, one of my thoughts too was, and how young of an age do you go with working? Do you work with children or just teenagers?
I do
Some?
work with youth.
With youth.
I have a youth at home.
Yeah.
And we just went through something that was particularly, I wouldn't say a struggle, but it was a learning point for her, a learning curve. And so I do work with, and I would love to reach out to a lot of children, or I would say youth, that are having a little bit of growing pains, if you would, or not necessarily pains, but processing. Sometimes there's some friend groups that can be a little bit difficult or challenging for the kids to process through. I do work
Navigate.
with that age group.
Yeah.
Just kind of putting it out there that again, sometimes there's not a fix.
Yeah.
It's just something that a
Helps them
client
get through
might
it.
need to process, and we
Process.
might come up with some strategies to process and how we're going to go through. And hey, we got this going on. Let's try it like this over here. Did you think about this and doing it this way? And now that we have these approaches, which one would you like to pick? What's your comfort level on that? What do you think might work for you? So again, it's not one size fits all, but there's just a realm of situations where someone is just saying, hey, I can't tell you how many times I've sat down and I just start talking to someone. I was in the airport a few weeks ago, and I found out that this woman was going through a divorce. She has a child with autism, and she is now in a new relationship, and the relationship was in 2 different locations. So it's just kind of organic how that situation happens, and how there's such a need, especially with the climate of what's happening in our world today. there's a little bit of anxiety, and that's normal, but it's how we process that and how we're going to get through that. And it's nice to have someone to say, hey, can I talk to you real quick about this, you know?
That's very true. Wow, that's really true. Then what happens after the initial what happens after the initial session? Are there more? What comes after that? And
so
how do
after
you-
the initial session, and whether the client decides that life coaching is a good fit for them, we kind of decide what goals we might want to reach. We establish and talk about what's working, what's been challenging. We identify any roadblocks that the client might have that we can work on. And we continue creating practical steps that will help us get through these objectives. And the pace is always determined on the client.
Sure.
Some of the clients I have come in for one talk, they're like, Eureka, I got it. And then other ones are like, you know what, I think I would like to come back just to kind of see where the situation's going to go. And again, the pace is up to the client because everybody's journey is different.
Yeah.
So we leave it at that, and we go from there.
Wow, that's really fascinating.
Thank you.
What great work that you do.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate
and then
that.
what a blessing you are just to meet at the airport, right?
Oh my gosh, I feel like
On the
it's a
street.
blessing. Like I said, God has a way of just putting you and lining
He
those
does.
stars up and like, okay, and I love it. I
Sure
really do
does,
love it.
Yeah. So great. Thanks, you guys, for your comments, feedback. Teresa says, as a military wife, I could have used coaching to help me with
Amen.
all
Me
the
too.
deployments. Yeah. And that does make you think about just everything in life.
Absolutely.
It has all those moments, and
Had I had someone
good
to
to
touch
talk
someone and
to.
go, hey, can I rub this off you? And
yeah.
it's an amazing, beautiful support if that's indeed something that the client's looking for.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah. And now we know that it's so easily accessible to us here.
Absolutely.
So we can make use of that. As we near the conclusion of this episode, what advice would you leave with us today?
You know, Kristen, I'm so thankful for this because I can't tell you from the bottom of my heart, the biggest thing that I would tell the client is don't wait. It doesn't have to be a defining moment where the client feels like something is so overwhelming that, they wait to get the support that they need. It can be something very small. It doesn't have to wait. We don't have to wait for something to get so overwhelming where it's like, wow, things are just like, I can't do.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing that I would leave going forward to the clients is I would encourage them to, before things start feeling impossible, to pick up the phone and call. Sometimes one phone call or one conversation can give a client a different perspective that they didn't see at all in a situation, and make them feel a different, lighter feel regarding of something, might be burdensome or somewhat. So you don't have to wait, and we don't have to have the answers that day.
Yeah.
I just think knowing that someone's there and is willing to give the support, and there's a listening ear, and it's judgment free, is the most important thing that I would tell the client. Don't wait. Pick up the phone until things feel too heavy, where it's like, wow, can't do this. So my advice is don't wait. Doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call. Let's talk about it.
Well, that's real sound advice, so I think we can all appreciate that. So let's remind everybody again where they can go to learn about Elevate Life Coaching Services with Eva. That website, which has been posted in the comments here, so do look for it, is elevatelifecoacheva.com.
It's Elevate Life Coaching Services by Eva.com.
Great.
Also, again, if you reach out to me on Facebook, Elevate Life Coaching Services there. You can direct message me there. You can also reach me again. My number is 830-542-1195. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you do go to the website, again, there's an intake form there. Please fill it out. Give me a call. There doesn't have to be, like I said, any defining moment. Just if you want to talk about whatever it is, I'm here. The services are there.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for what you do and being part of our community and with your efforts like this. I think that's just amazing.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for everyone who's listening. And Wilson County News, thank you for having me. This has been a blessing and very humbling for me.
Very humbling
Thank
for
you
us
so
as well.
much.
Really nice to meet you. Thanks everybody. Yes, I'm still watching some comments come through to go find the website. We'll have to update also in the description of this video with some of that detail as well, and we'll get you all squared up on that
I
too.
did get my email too, right? Did I get my
have-
email? elevatelifecoach@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay,
Perfect. Yeah. But reach out to her. Share this video too, because someone, may see this, and it's something that you need to share with someone else. So that's a great way to move it forward. We want to thank all of you for watching today. Thanks for joining us. And also our sponsor, our special sponsor, White Lightning Liquor. They're located at Centerpoint on 775 in between Floresville and Lavernia, that area. And you can just explore their beautiful store for all your adult beverage needs and wants. It's great for gifts too. And thank you so much, Jerry, for your sponsorship of WCN Live. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and be sure to join us next Wednesday. We'll be here again at 10 a.m. We'll see you then.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Love y'all.